evening. Please have a seat.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How's your day going today so far?
It's good.
Awesome.
Not too stressful.
Good. All right. So I actually want to start off by asking you to share with me 3 things that you did this past weekend, and then I'll share that with you as well.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, this weekend, my family and I, we went up to Idaho because we have family up there, and we went for a reunion. And each day we did something different. So I guess one thing we did was we had like a formal party where it was just dancing. Another thing we did was we played a bunch of games, volleyball, all these fun stuff.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, and then the last day was just getting together, eating breakfast together. It was nice.
Aw, that's awesome. That sounds like a great weekend, actually.
Yeah, it was. What about you?
Well, I actually took my nephew to the park this weekend because he loves playing. So he was like, "Can you take me?" And then I also took him to watch Finding Dory, and he really liked that one. So it was a cute movie, by the way. So if you haven't seen it,
No, I have not. I have yet to see it.
Yeah, go watch it. It's really cute. I like the story behind it. And then I also went to the beach because it was hot. You know how it's
Yeah, it was perfect weather to go.
Yeah.
I wish I was at the beach.
Yeah, there was a lot of people there, so
Yeah.
we obviously had like the same idea
Which beach
going
did
on.
you go to?
I went to Zuma Beach.
Oh
Yeah, that's
my
usually
family
where I like
loves
to go.
going there too.
Yeah, it's nice there. I like it. All right, so for the rest of like this session, I actually wanted to talk to you about time management because I remember last time we spoke, I asked you what would be something that I can help you with, and I remember you mentioned that. So I actually wanted to know if do you procrastinate a lot?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, and what does lack of time management skills cause for you?
It definitely causes a lot of stress.
Right,
For me,
that's
just
very
because
common.
I try to be as organized, but sometimes I can't find the time to get everything done, you know, and then that just gets me upset because I want to finish everything and be on top of stuff.
Right.
But I can't.
So what you're trying to say is that you don't have time to work on time management, so like probably making a list or something like that?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so that might be something we want to take a look at.
Yeah, I guess I don't know how to like approach, like I don't know how to organize my time or like to manage everything. I'm not sure how to go about it, you know?
Like your activities and everything.
Yeah.
What's some of the activities that you have going on
Just
right now?
like right now I work
Okay.
and with classes and stuff, it's just kind of trying to balance everything out. And then with clubs too, like I want to participate in everything, but sometimes I have to miss out because I need to do this or work doesn't, and I have to work after school. And
Right.
Yeah, and I don't want to end up failing my classes because I'm working and not studying for the tests that I should
Exactly. Plus family and friends.
Yeah,
that you have
definitely
to
that
make
too,
time
right?
for.
I have a boyfriend. Just kidding. I forgot about him.
You're like, make time for everything.
Right.
Okay, so actually I wanted to show you a short video I wanted to share with you that shows a couple of tips, and then we'll just talk about it afterwards and see, see what might help you out or something that you've tried or not. And then
As a student can be hectic. We all have to keep track for classes we attend, readings to complete, assignments to work on, and that's on top of our social life and work commitments. Ugh. In this video, I'd like to show you how you can make time management much easier by using the right tools and keeping in mind some simple steps. Okay, let's begin. The first step is to identify all reoccurring events in your schedule and add them to your agenda. For example, you should insert all the classes, tutorials, and labs you attend each week. Yes, you need to put them all in, and make sure you indicate the time each one begins and ends. Electronic calendars make this step a bit easier since they usually have a repeat option, so you don't have to duplicate the event by hand. While we're at it, why not block Friday nights for some fun? It may sound silly, but students need to plan for some time off if we want to be productive the rest of the time. So make sure to schedule a bit of time for yourself every day, whether it's watching your favorite show or calling a friend. Of course, you will also need to add appointments, work shifts, hockey practice, or group meetings in there too. I've learned the hard way that if I don't do it right away, I'll forget. I hate that sinking feeling of realizing that I forgot to meet someone. Alarm and remind functions are perfect for alerting me of appointments. Sometimes I even set more than one alarm, one for the day before and one for the day of the event. What I like the most about smartphones and other handheld devices is that I have them with me wherever I go. So I add details, like things I should bring, the address, or even bus directions. If you want to access your schedule from different places or devices, there are terrific online tools that allow you to synchronize your agenda so you have the same details on your computer as well as your handheld device. One of the most challenging aspects of time management for me is scheduling time for ongoing schoolwork like projects, essays, and assignments. Because these tasks are more complex and need to be done over several days or even weeks, I used to procrastinate by doing all the easier things in my agenda first, pushing that project the next day, then the next. Well, you get my point. Finally, I found a solution. I've started to look at each assignment as a multiple step process and schedule some time for each step. I actually feel less stressed because I only need to focus on one step at a time. A good rule of thumb is to cut a large assignment into a minimum of 6 steps. First, understand the assignment and select a topic if needed. Next, decide how you will do the research. Identify what class notes, books, and other resources you will use. Then read the supporting material and make notes of how it relates to your assignment. Make an outline or a mind map of what you want to use or say. Don't forget to identify what resources you want to use in each section. Write a draft. Finally, edit and proofread your work. So, as soon as I know I have an assignment coming up, I take the time to put each of these steps into my schedule. You need to be honest and schedule enough time for each task. For example, I will have to give myself a lot more time for writing than I would for choosing a topic. Well, I hope you found my suggestions helpful. Try them out and then adapt them to fit your own personality and schedule. For more help with time management, don't hesitate to visit your student service department and check out our other resources on our website. See?
All right. So, what are some of the tips that were mentioned in the video that you feel you've already tried? Or even if they weren't in the video, just something that you've already tried and hasn't really worked out too well for you.
She mentioned using like alarms and like stuff. I do that too. I've tried like setting up an alarm before just to be on top of it. A lot of the things she mentioned I have not tried. I thought they were good, but I have like tried making to-do lists and trying to not procrastinate as well.
Right. The to-do list is actually, I'm glad you brought that up because it's one of the main things at first that they always say they try to make a to-do list. What I would suggest is making that list right away as it was mentioned in the video. Since you know if you do things right away, then that's, you already know your schedule. You could even put like a weekly one. If you don't want to start monthly, you can do a week one.
Okay, usually I just do like day by day, but then some days I forget to do it, so I should do like a week.
Right, because then you start pushing it back.
Right, yeah.
And I feel like a week is attainable. Like just to start off with, that's probably something that you can start doing. Like come up with a week, do that, and then move on to 2 weeks and so on and so forth. Do you carry a planner or a notebook with you? Sometimes it helps too.
No, I don't.
You might want. Actually that works for me. I started doing that in college, and it just really seems.
We would do it in like in middle school and stuff, but and now in high school we have an agenda, but I barely use it. But I'm gonna try to.
Try a second. Yeah, especially if they already provide you with one to do, then you might as well. So what about setting realistic deadlines for yourself as far as like assignments? She mentioned breaking them down even into 6 sections. Have you tried that before?
I've never thought of that. I thought that was really good because I just, same as she said, like to push it for the last. That's usually what I would do, like the last minute to do it. And sometimes I would put like, oh, I'll get this done in like 30 minutes, and then I'm doing it and I'm like realizing, oh, it's taking me a couple hours or something.
That's true.
Or
a lot of assignments are tricky like that. So yeah, you might want to, that's another one that you can try.
Realistic.
Or even at least you could start off with the smaller projects as far as like learning how to divide the time up. Because
Yeah.
like you said, some of them, you know, they
Take
are
longer,
tricky. They
and
do
then I
take
give
longer.
up and then just take a big break and then never
Exactly.
get back to
See?
it. So
Yes, exactly. Also, I've noticed, at least what works for me, it might work for you. You can try it. You can start your day off earlier as well.
yeah, I think that's a good
Because I mean, I'm sure you have like a set time that you wake up, probably like around 6:30 or something like that. But you know, if you can do earlier, then you can do that too. Because I feel like towards the end of the day, we become really tired,
idea. Yeah,
and
definitely.
we don't want to get anything done, like as far as homework assignments or things like that. You mentioned breaks as well.
Mhm.
Set a time for the breaks. That way you do get back to it.
Yeah.
Since you mentioned that you don't, but you can set a certain time for those. Let's see what else. There's also times where I've noticed for other students, people ask too much of them when they already have too much
Mhm.
on their plate or on their schedules.
Oh,
So
definitely.
yeah, so also learn how to say no. Because I know you're very sweet, but learn how to say no to people. You can do it
Yeah.
politely if you already have enough going on and they're trying to ask you to do something else and you don't have time. That's a really important one that I personally learned as well. So maybe that'll work for you too. And one of my favorites is actually rewarding yourself.
Hmm.
So every time you get something done, an assignment, reward yourself. Go out for some ice cream or frozen yogurt, whatever it is that you like. Do that because that helps out a lot too, as
Okay.
well. So what I actually want to come up with, what I want you to come up with, is called an action plan. So for example, we were talking about possibly setting up a schedule or a calendar for just 1 week at first, since that goal is attainable. Or you can even do 2 weeks, it's up to you. So
Okay.
what is like an action plan that you feel like you can do and it's also attainable?
I think a week.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll try.
all right, so then let's just write down 1 week,
Okay.
and within that 1 week schedule, what are some things that you're gonna include? You said you work, right? So
yeah, on
work.
the weekends.
Okay, so
mostly.
then you can
So-
list work.
Okay, work.
Good job. And then what other activities do you have going on?
I have a research paper coming up. Does that
Okay.
count? as
Yes,
one?
definitely, because that
Gotta-
sounds big.
Gotta do a draft for that, and then a second draft, and a third.
Oh, see, that's gonna take a while, so it's gonna be
Yeah.
one of those that you might want to divide it up to make sure you get it done.
And then Key Club too, which is a weekly. It's like once a week that we meet up for that.
Okay, so then you would write down like which date it is that you have to keep on going.
And then how about for social? Like just hanging out with friends and stuff.
Mhm. Do you have
Should
set
I-
set dates for that, or?
Usually we try to do weekends for that.
Oh, okay,
or
see,
like
so
a
that
Friday or something.
so definitely you said you
Yeah.
work weekends, so you might want to, you know,
manage that.
yes, exactly.
Okay.
So write that down. That way, you know, once you go back to your class and you have your calendar on you and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Okay. All right, so this is pretty good for your main ones. I actually want you to sign it. That way,
Oh, okay.
you know, we can make sure you're gonna try and do it. Awesome. Okay, so another thing that I actually wanted to do with you, it's called like the traffic light exercise. So for the red light is something that you want to stop doing. So regarding time management, what's something that you want to stop doing?
Procrastinating.
Okay, so write that
Definitely.
down right here as well. That's the good one. It's gonna make a huge difference.
Okay.
Okay, and yellow actually represents what do you want to continue doing. So what's something that you are doing now that is helping you regarding time management?
My to-do list. Definitely.
Okay, perfect. So then write that one down. Okay, and then green is something that you would like to start doing. So out of all the tips that you've kind of heard throughout the session,
I think definitely making steps, like one project into a bunch of steps instead of just saying, oh, the project, because then it's like where do I start?
Right.
You know?
So dividing it up.
Yeah,
is that one,
dividing
okay?
it, yeah.
So then let's write that one down. Perfect. Those are awesome. Very good. All right. I'm gonna actually make a copy of this before you leave. That way you can have one, and I'm gonna
Okay.
keep one.
awesome.
And so, but for now, do you have any other questions before our last session?
I guess how soon do you think I should start with like the schedule? Should I just?
You should start doing it as soon as you can.
Yeah.
That way you know, like, okay, so today is actually the beginning of the week. It's a Monday.
yeah.
So you might want to do it for this week, and that way next Monday I'll call you back in and you can show me your calendar, or if you did it online, whatever you
Yeah.
prefer. If you're, you know, tech savvy, then you can do that just like how they
Okay.
showed you in the video.
Yeah.
But I'll take a look at it, and then you'll let me know, and you can be honest. You can say, you know what, like I was able to do, and then on this day I kind of slacked off. That's
Yeah.
fine, because like I said, it takes time.
Okay.
It takes time to work on that, and I'll also try to come up with other tips that might help you. But I feel like first I need to know what you tried.
Okay.
So within that week,
Yeah.
and then what didn't, you know, work out for you, and then we'll just go from there. But I'll definitely keep on having some more stuff for you. Okay. Thank you so much for
Oh,
coming
thank you.
in.
It's really helpful.
Appreciate it, Diana. You can go back to class.
So I'll see you next week.
All right, sounds good.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.